The Reign of Cyrthwyn by Joseph Scott. Carador, the capital of the human realm, a hall in the castle. Enter the pedants.
Nay, 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 but that is the matter quite. It runs well contrary to the fair orders of our common grammar, to nature, and by my truth to its own rule.
Quite so, quite so.
That one should say, why, this is they, but they are nor man nor woman.
Was not she born woman?
So indeed she was, and if she would swear away that part of her, that with impartial nature hath endowed her, why to me, that is all one. If she would not be she, then 'tis naught of mine, but she must not be they.
Why then, she is a man.
No, oft hath she said unto our lords and ladies that she would not be our queen, nor our king.
Marry, that is well with me, for she hath said also that she will not marry.
A sexless ruler.
Then how may one properly call her, if she not be she, nor he, nor they? Shall we say it?
It doth comport with the grammar and her neutrality.
Its neutrality, rather?
Enter Chamberlain.
Lord Chamberlain?
Good day, gentlemen.
Lord Chamberlain?
What is this talk of neutrality?
Why, we were struck by some fanciful and ethereal remembrance of the elves, who in the late times of difference betwixt us and the fae-folk kept neuter.
There is a fae come hither to court today.
Forsooth, I thought our monarch Cyrthwyn is to receive only the elfish embassy this afternoon. What's their business?
Know we then?
I was not told their name. I presume that they are here with some merry tidings from the fairy king.
Cyrthwyn hath proved an excellent and competent statesman.
A true broker of peace and prosperity.
Their grace hath done exceeding well this last 2 winter.
Aye, very well.
They are a font of hope for mankind. Frankly, I declare we shall all, upon their shoulders, be carried into a new age of high blessing heretofore untasted, if we stand by them.
Yes.
Shall I go get some pillows and blankets?
Wherefore, good Chamberlain?
Oh, pardon me, sirs, methought a drowsiness had fallen upon thy tongues.
How mean you?
Like youths come into their inheritance, you spend your words, throwing them senselessly on each new fancy. Now, as rueful niggards, you clutch them. Is it not so, good gentlemen? Your silence speaks a history of scorn.
Good sir, there are some in our station who find that our ruler hath something erred in the way of proceeding.
Way of proceeding. Our ruler. You were not wont to speak thus.
I understand you not.
Say they have erred in the way they have proceeded.
I did say so.
You said so not. You said our ruler hath erred in the way of proceeding.
I see no difference.
Oh, gentlemen, you mock yourselves, I swear. You who do love your words better than all, say that you cannot see a difference. This is the layman's cant who looks at red and crimson and doth call them both the same, when crossed as blue and yellow they to you as well might be. Are you mechanicals? Say unto me, their grace hath poorly done.
This is immoderate.
Nay, this is modest. Say the words. Not? What holds you? What ailment stays your tongues, that you cannot speak the words I have asked of you?
It is unclean language, that which you have bid us say.
Oh, now we have touched the matter.
And you are unclean too, for bidding us utter it.
You speak as I did bid you swallow poison. What harm ensues if you should say their grace?
There is no reason in its usage. The hearing of they and them and their to represent the single person confounds the listener. If Cyrthwyn oppose her birth so, why cannot she use it, which agreeth well with our perfect grammar and her perception of herself?
We use it for things and beasts. Take care not to demean their royal birth before a less forgiving officer.
She hath demeaned her birth well enough herself to cast away her sex.
And her father, the late king, to, not to wed.
There is great fault in your reasoning, sirs. First, though you say that the use of pronoun they for a single person impedeth the understanding of the listener, yet it was never beyond your comprehension during this chat each time I called Cyrthwyn their grace, for you knew that it was of them of whom I spake. Second, even you pedants yourselves in this very discourse used they in the mode you so loudly and alacritously decry.
How, sir? When?
When we spoke of the fae which is coming to court, you said, what's their business, and know we them. Your abhorrency is groundless. Call your monarch as they will it, or be damned.
How can I call by one thing that which I know has been else?
They are your sovereign supreme, who wear rightly that crown their many forebears wore. As it is said, the crown doth make the king or queen, so let it be with noble Cyrthwyn. The brain of the meanest knave becomes the mind of the highest nobleman. Let sordid dirt into robust earth transform. That honest daughter of the late king, their self unfound, founded themselves when they the crown took on, and into highest majesty arose. Such should it be, I think, that majesty. For majesty knows not man nor woman, nay, it is divinest virtue, perfect and pure, transcendent o'er the realms of humankind. Why then should one so full of majesty debase themselves with petty terms of sex? If by this reason you remain unchanged, hear this. Within our Cyrthwyn's veins doth course the blood of every ancestor of theirs, which on that most imperial chair did sit. Bearing this thought, one could reason that to speak of Cyrthwyn is to speak of all their royal kin. When you invoke their grace, consider that you speak of all of them, their father, father's father, and so forth, and not of Cyrthwyn only. Hence, their grace.
Well now, sir, well spoke.
Polite words from an officious twiblood of his delirious master.
'Twere best you fellows left my sight, and pray that the matter of our chat never breach our monarch's ears.
Come on, let us leave him. The fawn will ever fawn.
Avaunt.
Excellent pedants.
I am a man of patience, yet they try me. Little I care for them if they care not for gentle Cyrthwyn. Nigh is the hour of court, and I, a brow more temperate, must sport.
Exit. The same, Cyrthwyn's court. Enter Cyrthwyn, Chamberlain, the Lords Hinderland, Avenrith, etc., various attendants, and Rethides, Wicamoth, Morcello, and Mara.
How shall a man betwixt the hungry pard and the angry bull the mediator be, outnatured by both? Let fly their wild debate, and a respectful eye keep on the two. Mine ears are ready, I will hear the suit. Good elves, begin, and fairy, hold thy peace till they have done.
Your grace, there is no suit. Why should the lion ask to kill its prey, or acorns ask to leave their oaken lofts, or rivers ask to flow into the sea? There is a nature in this elfish purpose, entitles us that we seek. Our tribe, you must remember, saved from your father's fire the fairy wood 2 springs ago, so that 2,000 more the fae-folk can enjoy. The fae, impoverished and scanted by the trail of war, could not help our requite. But now the plants restored and flourishing are liable the balance to repay. Do unto us 100 acres are of forest. Long the timber line between ourselves and them for our general use.
You lend your help as usurers their money, and we, the debitors, are enforced to pay the interest manifold. Where does it end? We paid you yesteryear.
Yet, nay, not enough.
You see, your highness, how implacable the elves are? By our willow, I do pray you never find yourself their debitor.
100 acres of your woods is all.
King Galespring gave you 50 summer last.
And therefore are grateful. But you must know that once the elves within those acres dwelt, before your former queen did drive us out. But this ancient, newly your nation swollen, Of commerce and multitude, your walls are of growth, incontinent, ready to spill or our superfly, your wood's basin.
Spill then. You have sufficient space already. Soon we will not have any left to give.
100 acres of your woods.
Would that our thanks were enough.
You would not be alive to give those thanks without our help.
Oh, heavens, help him whom the elves do help. Nay, let the wretch be cursed, for cursing's kinder than a help when they the name of help do wicked make.
No more, Ambassador Morcello. My verdict's ripe. Without the succor of the elves, your woods would be a heap of ash. With mine own eyes I saw the conflagration, how it fed upon your huts of oak and sycamore, your mossy bridges many a fairy fellow was wont to overprance, and yea, those fae themselves, your very kinsmen, by the same consumed. Therefore must needs my brain go with the elves. Deny them not the land, but give it them with grace, for though their price be dear, your lives and manner yet preserved are dearer. 100 acres of the fairy wood upon the timberline shall be the elves. Emirsmen go with them to consummate the proclamation and redraw the map.
A man with sense! Thank you, your excellency.
Exeunt Rethedes, Wicamoth, Morcello, attendants.
We also take our leave, my righteous liege.
Thanks, my good lords, and for some other business shortly I will see you.
Exeunt Lords Hinderland, Edenrith, etc.
I trust you know me by my countenance.
Aye, nymph, and if I had not eyes to see, my nose methought had smelt the salty sea. Wherefore forsakest thou thy wet abode to stand in my dry court?
To give regard to them whose intercessions 2 springs past another term of life, my lover bought. Alvin to me, but Alfwina by elves yclept. To serve as your ambassador, embark I with the elfish embassy next week to have my yearly visitation with him.
Most welcome here art thou. Commend me to thine Alvin.
Health to you and your land.
Exit Mara.
Chamberlain,
Here, your grace.
it dislikes me.
What dislikes you, your grace?
Please be you at ease about me. It is the arbitration wherein my certain end is a favoring to be this or that dislikes me.
They asked you to be their umpire. If either party dissent from your government, then the fault is with them, not with you.
I have ruled against the fae,
Your judgment astonished me, but there was reason in it.
and yet it wounds me, Chamberlain.
Have not there been great amity between you and the woodland fae?
Much indeed. King Galespring hath been a good friend. How say you of my ruling?
I have done already. You had reason in it.
But how do you opine of it? How likes it you? Are not you moved by it?
Why should I be moved by it? My mother was human. The forest of the fairy folk is to me as the distant planets or the depths of the sea. All my enterprises, the roads I tread upon, my schooling, the air I breathe, all human. In strife with my blood, which is invisible to me, yet strangely apparent to other eyes.
Indeed, you are one of the man-fae who did not go to the forest after the war.
In mind I am man. I might have been else, had my genitor reared me there.
Reared for the spit, more like. The old queen never would have brooked you.
He was once the fairy ambassador. Folks when called, I believe.
One of the most courageous fae I ever met. I remember him in my father's court. He died nobly, fighting for his countrymen.
Better undone with a soldier's heart than with a coward's loop. For this I revere him.
Perhaps you may harden your reverence with a deed. Go to the treasury and fill with 1,000 marks of gold some wallets, and bring them to the fairy king. Should you be inquired of, invent some other reason you are so richly laden. Do this, Chamberlain.
That's 2 arms for the fairy realm you have given now. But duteously I take my charge. Adieu, honest Cyrthwyn.
You are your father's mirror. Heaven speed you.
Exit Chamberlain.
Behind me is a ball and chain I lug, which grinds and screeches in my slow process. How I came by this throne, the bargains thereto made, the deception into this crown's cast craftily founded, know my people nothing of, but this axe and the unmated arm which wields it, they to it all did witness bear, how I to the fae our human plots betrayed, and to the ogre's peril his many knights did send, how I upon a faery's dagger did shove the awestruck man and watched him die. Thus was my sovereignty born, not in a hall ordained with cheer and praise and banqueting, but in the field with blood and lies and steel. And now my two assistants in the fact that orc last of his kind for me paid life, whose axe I took, which I hacked my kinsman guard, and Counselor Galespring, now the fairy king, must suffer that I barter with his woods. The general who slaughtered woodland sprites at the king's command I feared did know too much, and ordered for his private execution. My treachery is in these regal robes, sewn into every stitch and seam. 'Tis in my raiment, titles, and this my deadly scepter. I am a human with the heart of a fae. My chamberlain, begot of man and fae, is less a fae than I. Nay, not a fae. I shall not call me one, lest I befoul their fair name. Nay, I am something worse. An imp, perhaps, or solitary beast. A scoundrel, caitiff, rogue, unworthy of his trust, who rogue is also rightly called. And yet as long as they who wait on me are jealous, not shall I as monarch serve. Why should I water my own seeds of doubt? In time this ball and chain I strain to drag shall be as a pebble in my pocket, never thought on but when 'tis looked for. Done the getting, I from dishonesty have me disjoined, and mean a noble rule. I will direct, and not for a need, but I this land affect.
Exit. The same, a hall in the castle. Enter some castle guards.
But I do fear what will be the issue of it. The fae and dwarves of the wood have shown themselves to be strong and loyal allies to man.
Yea, but the elves are dangerous. Therefore, should we devoutly seek alliance with them?
The elves are also capricious. However much we sate their maw or accord with them, it is all one. For their hearts could change as easily as without our favor. And if they englut the fairy forest entire, then our own province is condemned.
Your eyes both are too exteriorly fixed, and you note not a nearer danger. Within our very city of Carador, hostility breedeth. Our citizenry are riven. Mean I that the purebloods and the twibloods hold each other in hate. Month last, some 26 fights between them in our streets. Did our watch need quiet? Their pugnacity ever is increasing. The issue of this, I fear.
Exeunt. The same, a room in the castle. Enter Cyrthwyn, the earls of Hinderland, Evenrith, etc., and general guarded, and a sergeant.
Thy hatred of the fae-folk, general, is famous in our province, doubtless among the balefullest of humankind extolled. 2 years ago, fell butcher, didst thou make a shambles of their forest, slaughtering them in bloody scores, and hang them as thy meat. Wouldst thou have dined upon them too, my lord? When thou didst burn their maples, was their flesh seared and smoked as thou dost alike? Mercilessness shall answer mercilessness. Therefore prepare thee for immediate death. If of compunction thou, cold man, do have a word, I'll hear it now. But be it so or no, the necessary sequel's death, and thou must bear it without my benison, nor with thy venison.
Upbraid me not, girl. What I have done, 'twas done on royal decree, followed I by the letter, nor in excess, nor insufficiently my ordinance given to me by my true king, thy father. Where thou wast absent, I did fight and sweat, flank upon flank, among my loyal men. Word from those bastard fae was that some human swordsmen did steal into their woods to give their queen intelligence about our plots, whereupon, by order of the angry queen, did lose an arm for crime of trespassing. Thou art a traitor, Cyrthwyn, to mankind, and all rewards me is that it is I about to meet the axe, and not thyself.
Arrest thy tongue, villain. Thou dost blaspheme our pious monarch upon thy mortal hour.
Thou hadst good chance the elves surrendered thyself to me.
I had as lief to die the prisoner of mine enemy than in my native land be executed by a ruler false. Sergeant, I've done. Conduct me to the headsman.
Exeunt General, guarded, and Sergeant.
And now, my loving lords, I bid you all adieu, yet not so fain as I dismiss this troublous work, of which myself am weary.
Exit.
Farewell, your grace.
I am afraid I too must take my leave of you, your lords. Tonight I repair to Shire Brenfelden for some urgent business which craves my presence.
And I to Norton. The physicians say that my wife this week shall deliver the future earl. Health and prosperity to you and to all.
Heaven speed you.
Exeunt Norton and Brenfelden.
Most unfortunate business with this old general, that.
He would have stood very strong with us, methinks.
He commanded his men like a complete king, made his weakest soldier think that they could match 50.
Honorable and honest.
A little too honest, I fear me. His disfavor of Cyrthwyn was written on his favor.
He was as temerarious with his words as he was in the field, and could not have contained our designs.
This was well spoke, Avarinth. I would also remember to you all that our friendship with the Fae of the Wood already hath been wounded by our throne sitter's poor judgment, and the general would destroy it utterly.
Then must we let him die?
We must, if our tree should bear fruit.
As we are to show ourselves true friends to the crown.
But how long, my lord of Hinderland? When can we disencumber ourselves of this superfluous veil?
In shrouds we must stay until our true monarch arrives our shores.
But is there yet a lord or lady standeth not with us?
'Tis known that the Earls of Norton and of Brenfelden at the least affect Cyrthwyn still, and her chamberlain too.
Will not our betrayal engender hostile differences in our land then? I fear great bloodshed shall follow if she still hath allies.
Content you, Turnergoff, and vouchsafe me assure you our numbers. As many funguses surround a shrub, and either alter it or consume it, shall quiet our few enemies. Any who doth yet swear allegiance to that false monarch will be turned or will rot.
I am satisfied.
Soon shall we all be so.
Let us part then.
Adieu.
Exeunt. The same, another hall in the castle. Enter Mara.
Well done, you elves. Soon you shall have the world. Nay, you already have, for you have mine.
Enter Rithidis and Weekamoth in chat.
Speak of the enemy, as humans say. They note me not the talk with secrecy. This is the elfish language. Would I weld the trick of it? That I can comprehend, they do not know. I'll hear their conference.
Us haben beat vi hem for hop tot.
Tu west overhand, volvens uns vet as va ingram un futet in no irrit bloed.
Svahat kavika. Svajibin zuns for hatwa. Hesunalik blod.
Dvisan blutis it elfik.
Sunteka der beat. Maisekon wheat FL.
Vi FL.
Hek vor asti vergler. Vi bavin a kunlik. Atisi unfair. Infaldum. Med forhim. Varit ut. Het ian kun. at in var rikdom snecken, ex var var thedis onfast dörkan. Sva, miska not knaf.
Se prestes tu vil acrimnes manes fortruta lectes dordinges.
Sum,
Yet vas fresra trintrike shrifra dua hori?
al jet nunf. Kaval in hem gibon mis. Alst undar unk. Sva tutus unfert not. Ek het hem onferter. Qana jafit el on dir staffa.
Exeunt Rathidis and Weekomoff.
O hapless fellow, hero of the fae, which slews the wicked human sorcerer, not only hast thou taken kind Cyrthwyn's uncle, but quite thyself unfathered. Hasty mouth, thou criest hapless where a benefit doth wait. Mine Alvin of the former king is nephew. Thus uninformed, the sovereign must needs bestow on him some dignities, and of this person make demand. They'll go.
Enter Hinderland and Abenrith.
Well met, fair sprite. Why fliest thou so rough?
Importune not mine expeditions, sir. I must go find your monarch.
She's not here.
Where are they?
Gone from the castle, like to clear her mind. Affairs at court perturb her so.
Or gone to seek the company of peasants.
Spend not thy unwont fins on what is sure to be a bootless search. What did they say?
Who, good my lord?
Feigning dull becomes thee not. We saw thee harking to those elves, and knew we that thou knewest every word, for on thy face betrayed such understanding as they did speak thy native tongue.
They spake about the man elf Alvin, your ambassador.
Thy lover.
Yes.
What of him?
Good, your lordships, have shame. Your realm hath sold its very prince. Doubt not your ears. Of the former king late brother, Alvin's the issue, who of his birth and ignorance gave him the elves. This grace must learn of this.
Tarry a little. Art thou certain?
As you said, sir, it was they spake my tongue, bar not my way.
Oh, lo, the sea is just. That sendeth the misguided voyager to a grave unsoundable, yet ushers to the fairest shores the true of our course. Sweet maid, by thy intelligence dost thou ever what we by evidence several believed. Seek not the monarch. Wishest thou to see thy love enfranchised?
Yes, I do.
Let him be king then. Cyrthwyn tell not, for though she prudent be, yet she is slight, her spine enfeebled in her bending to the elves. Cyrthwyn's no less unfit to wield mankind than she is Alvin to recover. Tie thyself to us, and I his freedom warrant.
We have but met. Speak not to me of plots. I do not know your name, bold sir.
My name is Ethrich, Earl of Hinderland. Thou art the water nymph Mara, yes?
I am.
Good Mara, please it you know, our cause is just, our grievances well-founded. That which we do intends not idle thought, nor sudden, nor still a suckling babe, but long-weaned and ripe to be fulfilled.
You are conspirators?
Conspiring more for your behoof than Cyrthwyn's injury. We will, in whole accordance to our law, join Alvin and you, and on your nuptial day will crown him king and you his regent queen.
Why Alvin then? Twixt his and Cyrthwyn's claims is not the weaker his? And are his years not fewer than theirs? His blood commixed where is human pure, and illegitimate his breeding, where in blessed matrimony Cyrthwyn was got?
In all have you spoke true. And yet, as thought by other earls at court, though not particularly to me, young Alvin hath in an article that stronger than the sum of the other three, the better claim. He, male, was born. And though the monarch Cyrthwyn both of the qualities of dames and men desired no part, and notwithstanding how her ambiguity think I or you, that she at birth was woman, is enough for commoners and noblemen alike. her bastard cousin to prefer. Indeed, Alvin or no, our people crave another, and in due course another shall they have. Let not the throngs in their base and bloody cant cry thus ever to tyrants, as they tear to pieces Cyrthwyn's form, but let them, as a choir, a joyful hymn of Alvin's repeal and of your union and ascension sing. Cyrthwyn may abdicate and need not die. We will invest her with the dignities, enjoyments, and the title of a baron. If this do we with everyone deal justly, Jack shall have Jill, and harm betide none.
Cyrthwyn is noble. If I have assurance harm will not come to them, then I fie in you.
Pure-hearted Mara, yes, you have it. When will you next see Alvin?
In a week, I am to ship to Rinthes with the elf ambassadors when they have finished here.
For to discover unto him our plot, your voice were better. Meantime, let us part and make and preparations make. Adieu.
Adieu.
Exeunt severally. Cardor, a street before a tavern. Enter 2 Twybloods in the tavern's entrance. Enter oppositely 1 pureblood who bars their way.
Pray you, fellow, aside. We desire only to drink this evening and to keep no company but ourselves.
Nay, you do more. You labor in our trades, worship in our temples, and feed on our corn.
Please, the day was long and wearisome. We will trouble you not.
Your very presence here troubles us. You would do well to follow the rest of your herd and repatriate yourselves. Leap back to your forest. Away, dear.
I was here in Cardor, born and nurtured.
And I.
Pureblood spurns dirt at and spits on them.
Fellows, this is most unwholesome. Cease and let us pass.
Will ye throw dirt at us? Then ye shall abide it.
Returns with stones.
Nay, hold, we must not prove the base beasts that entitle us. Nay, enough.
Slave, I'll cut the tips from thy fairy ears.
Draws a dagger.
Come, villain, take them. And once thou hast eaten thy foul words, I shall put my gory bits down thy rancorous throat.
Draws the same.
Note your spirits quiet. Sheath your daggers, both of you.
Second Twyblood and the pureblood fight. Enter innkeeper from tavern.
Oh, your mighty stars! Guard, guard!
Enter Cyrthwyn.
By the heavens, peace, else we all hang.
Goes between them, but is stabbed by pureblood and falls.
What ho! Night watch, help!
Exit. Cyrthwyn uses their axe's magical power to hold Twybloods and the pureblood.
I should not of my dark, unhuman-like magic have need ostent to make to stop the bleeding of my human realm. How comes it that our blades, which to our enemies were wont to point, are now inward directed?
These offensive wantons, your grace, crave blood.
By my troth, had your grace seen with what contempt they hurled stones at me?
Stones? Thou grouting devil, he bleeds, struck by his villain's stern steel.
What, were I to suffer in peace your assaults?
We enter innkeeper with officers and a magistrate and sundry citizens severally.
Direct me whence this tumult is derived.
Here, my lord magistrate, without my tavern, I found this boisterous assemblement at blows, and faith, 'tis not the first that I have seen these Twyblood ruffians disturb our city's peace.
We have done nothing but on their solicitation.
Detain them all, and we'll hear more hereafter.
This is unjust. Where is the recompense for the blood these villains have spilt?
We will see his wounds are dressed, and thou mayest tell us more hereafter.
Officers detain Twybloods and the pureblood.
I demand justice, you deaf and sensible men of the law, fast to your codes and sworn to revenge the wrong. Will you not hear the party wronged?
Thou railest not as one who is free of guilt. A moiety of this wrongdoing, methinks, is thine. Thy tongue is so active.
Dread sovereign Cyrthwyn, unto your royal righteousness I do appeal. Since you did see, and even now did part us, in our behalf speak, I entreat you, and set this aright this matter.
My liege, I cry your mercy, I perceived you not. And if it please your majesty, be true the fellow's words, tell us in gross what happened.
In truth, it is not possible. Though I did rend them, as the man did say, the inception of their difference I saw not, and therefore shall myself take neither part.
And yet we must be believed. We sought not for quarrels, but did act merely on their inclination.
Come on, thou hurtst thy sovereign, speak, away.
My compatriot lies half slain, and thou, who wert to be the noblest of all, hast condemned us.
This prattle boots thee not, away with them.
'Twas error in me to beg a favor from one who favors no one or no thing, a weak, forensic woman who doth reputate both natural sexes, who doth deny her birth at all, but by blood she owes the crown. Forsooth, thou art weaker than these slight upholders of the law, for they are strong enough to be partial.
Peace, rogue, or thou shalt know the hangman's loop.
I ensure my life by a few days. A pox on thee, magistrate, a mad woman queen-king, and all spectres who will not stand up for twy-bloods.
Exeunt magistrate and officers with twy-bloods and the pure-blood in custody.
Good citizens of Cairdor, I am sorry all ye were witnesses of this discord. Your monarch bids you all go home. Resume you your accustomed businesses in peace.
Exeunt innkeeper and citizens.
Forsooth, I do believe the wretched Twyblood, but swearing unbelief instead of knowledge affronteth truth, subverteth justice quite. Had I believed the other party, faith, my answer would have been the very same. I must be steadfast yet. For why should a monarch be pleased to debauch their principles, discredit their word, from verity make fable in the defense of lords and noblemen, much less to speak for any commoner? Why should a stranger ever look to me for rescue when that rescue costs a lie, or some dissemblance of the truth? 'Tis out. Therein lies weakness not, but by the heaven stands a great strength. And should they more offend, so my peculiar truths shall hold, not bend.
Exit. The elfish city of Rethus, Alvin's office. Alvin seated and working.
This is the day, regarded is my toil. Even the meanest slave is due some spoil.
Enter Lertheda.
Gosh you not, good Lertheda, how's the eve with thee?
Thine Alfies, bully Alfwina, is better every day. Though God say not, but Kale, 'tis proper spoke. Kale should not, or as we do used to say the phrase, Kushuna. Greet me again.
Gosh you not, good Lertheda.
Thou dost pronounce our language well. Thou hast the time to con it.
All I have is time. Ambassador, a special guest, exception, heap upon Alfwina what appellations ye may. Your prisoner hath he ever been. When I do not have suits to overread, nor papers to note, I recreate myself with texts from these vast shelves. This office, I dare say, my very own academy. If I cannot a freeman be, then I'll aspire to be a learned bondman.
Do I not bring thee to our city's marketplace? Nor do I not acquaint thee with our people, who of thy presence joy and wonder much? Nor keep I not thee company, thy friend, when I with food and drink do furnish thee?
Meseems I am thy dog, and not thy friend.
Friendship to thee I have sworn.
Aye, that thou hast.
Will thou not joy in it, nor comfort feel?
If thou would have it so, then Alvin will.
Go to, man, let us walk about the town.
Nay, true Lertheda, not tonight.
Why not?
For that the font of all my happiness doth spring tonight.
Thy lady, then, shall come?
Aye, if I have my will and she be true. We're due our yearly lawful visitation.
When came she last?
The selfsame day last year.
Then may thy fountain issue forth tonight, stream after stream of joy, as evens with the dearth thou in her absence hast, and as will drown thy sorrow for the next 12 months, and come to thee another 100 times.
She is the reason I am breathing yet.
From harm she rescued thee, or that thy living's better than thine expiry, only when thy lady liveth.
Both.
Enter a messenger.
Good eve, Ambassador, and pardon me.
No need, fellow. I know the news you bring. My Mara's come, then?
Aye, with our embassy, which late did business in the human realm. Their bark's ashore, and Mara stays for you.
Bid her come meet me on the city wall.
Vicinitely, I go.
Exit.
I will leave thee too. Woe upon them who make their love to wait.
My thanks, fair Theda. Over morrow I shall walk with thee.
It glads me well to hear it. Be bid good night, my kind friend Alfwina.
Exit.
Be bid good night. Aye, that's the way it is. And thus must ever be, that Alvin's bid and never bidding. Mara, come I now, forgetting my bondage, remembering my bond.
Exit. The same, atop the city wall. Enter Mara and Alvin oppositely.
Nay, let us yet be twain, for how ill-portioned is this embrace against a year of absence.
Our candle wasteth.
If it be but little, suppose, my love, a taper great as any mountain o'erpeering this cold and shady city, then should the flame of such a long embrace the waxen form diminish but a jot.
How could it be?
The freeing of thy person.
Sweet sprite, torment not me with foolish hope, but teach thyself obedience to time, our universal Lord, and come with me, that we in bliss may pass our petty lot.
Thou art a prince. O Alvin, royal majesty doth course within thy veins.
Thy words sound like a lie, but thou expressest them as sober truth.
The human's former king and Cyrthwyn's father, he had a brother, timorous upon the tongues of the fae, that he is talked of scarce, that dread philosopher which thou didst slay, did beget thee. Plainly, he is thy father.
Why, there's a lofty tale indeed.
When I was at the castle in the city Cerdor, I overheard it spoke among some elves. Thou art the bastard son of the late wizard. Thy reason used, who else so powerful that could have stolen into elfish land, embedded with them? This did the nobleman suspect, and my report did verify. Thy cousin sits upon the human throne, but thou, male-born, dost have the better claim, and those same noblemen have made designs for thy repeal, and therein thy preferment. Thou wilt be king, and I will be thy queen.
Mara, thou speakest of treason. We must not subscribe our name in vain ambition's list. Was it not Cyrthwyn pleaded for my life? Was it not Cyrthwyn's sway installed me here? Thank not we Cyrthwyn that our love yet lives. If I assent in this fell plot, what then bechances them to whom we owe so much?
That which a pauper dreams of, housing, wealth, and comforts. Thou dost not move Cyrthwyn's wreck by this, but only thine advancement. Alvin, listen to me, my sweet. The elves do not love thee not, and Cyrthwyn's people love not Cyrthwyn. What thinkst thou bechances thee when Cyrthwyn loses their state by publicly force, and other doth take it on? What then thine office? I pray thee, love, relent, and come with me. Let us not be slaves of miserly time, but master him. We are the architects of our own fates, not elf, nor fae, nor man. Seize what is thine, that we may be together as wind be in our lungs. Tonight's the night. Let me prevail, my love. Come, take my hand.
Oh, nymph, Thy pleasant words do set me on the rack. Thus am I picked again to action. Cousin, my way to the throne. I gain and lose a cousin in this very breath. My father, living and dead in thy succinct report. And yet, perhaps this sluggard flesh is wrought, as metals under duress of the forge, into a hardier substance. Mara dear, I'll pact with thee, and be thy husband king, and may by this our covenant be sealed.
Kisses her.
And now, my queen, inform me by what means contrivest thou our flight.
A few of the cause did aboard with me in stealth, the ceremony of our arrival observed. They fell upon the necks of those which steered us here. The bark is ours, and we must now descend to it.
The elves would not admit thy person armed.
Therefore ascendeth presently this wall a party of our friends. Let's go and meet them.
Excellent. The docks of Renthus, before a ship. Enter Alvin, Mara, and some conspirators, drawn. Enter more conspirators on ship.
Unmoor, we are discovered and sued.
Be ready to receive our king and queen.
Where is the rest of your extraction party?
Dead. Therefore let us leave immediately.
Assist us, ho!
They board the ship. Commotion
Come
and
on.
general cries of, come on, go, more sail, help.
Were not their suit persist upon the waves?
Comfort, my sovereign. They have boarded their ships. If they pursue us on the sea, they drown.
Please you, your majesties, below decks get yourselves, for it is safer there.
Exeunt severally within the ship. Theodore, the castle, Cyrthwyn's private study. Cyrthwyn magically enchanting their acts.
Uncle, in these old tomes thou livest yet. By the encanting of these characters, reckon the warnings thou subscribest below, of dangers natural to this dark art, have I again my mighty axe empowered. Would that thyself had chose a fairer course, not to have served my father in the war, nor to have helped those clever fairy traitors Harpswift and Darestone overthrow their queen, that thou mightst be here now to counsel me. Envious looks upon me I perceive, and oft I think me friendless and alone.
Knocks heard off.
My sovereign liege, your presence is requested.
What is the matter?
Ope this door at once.
Lord Hinderland, I do advise that thou adopt a less presuming tone.
The door is forced. Enter the lords Hinderland, Avenwith, Methrop, and Tiernakov with guards.
'Twere best the elves have taken the city and do cut our people's throats for this great summons.
I do advise that thou adopt a more receptive ear. What we are come to say in gross is this. Thy power is plucked away, and now thou must forsake this place and go along with us. Feeble reign is done.
Ambitious Hinderland, desirest thou death?
Thy words and adder's tooth unvenomed.
'Tis not myself which crave thy diadem.
Then who, my noble lords, will take my place?
Our fealty to thine uncle's son is pledged.
Mine uncle gat no child. I have no cousin.
Truly he did. Yes, thou dost. Indeed, thou knowest him, and yea, esteemest him well. For 2 years past thou didst thyself create him thine ambassador.
Impossible.
The wizard Alabaster, it appears, was as libidinous as he was strong. Alvin's thy cousin and our rightful king.
I am the lawful purebred child of one who once was monarch. He's the mongrel son of one who never was, unlawful God.
And he is a man, not some crazed woman who doth think herself a man.
Thou knowest not of me.
This is not parliament, nor seek we thy assent. What follows thus? Thou will address the commoners whose love thou lost, and say that thou, in thought their welfare, dost in peace resign thy power and thy crown. Fear not that thou in poverty shouldst die upon the streets, for we have seen to it that thou retain some privilege in a barony. There's an estate in our fair countryside, remote, well kept, and well attended. It is thine, and with a sturdy guard defenced, to keep thy person safe within its bournes.
And me to keep from taking my depart.
A need most pitiable, lest grow the germ of sympathy for Cyrthwyn's restoration into a cancer of internal strife.
Prison with better comforts, then.
This chat is finished. Come with us immediately.
Thou lackst an arm, but thou hast 2 legs. Now move.
Perhaps thou needst some help.
Guards draw and approach Cyrthwyn. Cyrthwyn draws their axe.
Yeomen, take heed. I would not harm you. Hold.
Guards advance more. Cyrthwyn holds them with magic.
What ho! More help! We need more guards in here!
Enough of this. I'll take the witch myself.
Avenwith approaches Cyrthwyn, who is struggling to control their magic. When Avenwith passes the guards, the magic forces one of them to stab him. Avenwith falls.
My lord!
Go out! Cry sorcery! Murder!
Exit sorcery! Exit Tiernagoff and Methrop crying the same. Cyrthwyn flies.
Guards, you are guiltless, for your minds were not your own. Now bring him to surgery.
Guards carry Roth off.
This is no little fault, thy majesty. Now a pain more austere awaiteth thee.
Exit. The fairy forest. The king's palace. Enter King Gelspring and Nathier and Calcinity, guarded by dwarves.
Now tell me, sprite, what bitter quarrel draws thee from the summer night of revelry, wherein our kind should frolic, not combat each with another, for to sound the dour opinion of thy fairy king, and from some other matters urgent him distract?
A fae, my liege, hath wronged me monstrously. That virtue, strength, original in his own sex, did he abuse me to abuse, endeavoring to force me lie with him.
What fae hath done this?
Salix is his name, my king.
And thine?
Chalcedony, your grace.
Chalcedony, how long in thine acquaintance hath Master Salix been? Met you this night?
Nay, good your grace, our courtship 12 months old.
I see. And wouldst thou, maid, persist this courtship?
My sovereign, in truth, to look on him aggrieves my heart. He did betray me so. Therefore, I would not see him ever again.
Say thou no more. Go find this rogue called Salix, him comprehend, and in our jail include him time indeterminate, that he alone his wicked trespass ponder and repent.
Exeunt some dwarves.
My heart is sick for thee, most sorry am I. Thee do I ask, though kingly not it be to ask, that shouldst thou ever find thyself troubled or vexed or any way unsafe, then tell me, always in my company thou art welcome.
I will, my gentle king.
Wouldst thou aught else tonight?
To go to bed, and it please your grace.
Some guard will go with thee.
Most gratefully I take my leave of you. Heavens preserve your grace, and give good night.
Good night, Chalcedony.
Exit Chalcedony with remaining dwarves.
That is 299 this season that have fallen prey unto licentiousness, and she our third this week.
So many had we not year last entire.
What will we do? O Neithere, if I do not act, then I am coward, fail our women, weak of rule. If punish I, then I am tyrannous as my predecessor.
You are a righteous king.
Enter a messenger.
What news?
Your grace doth have a visitor.
Is no one reveling? Who is it?
A friend.
Admit the guest.
Exit the messenger. Enter Cyrthwyn.
Cyrthwyn!
King Galespring.
Welcome to Faerie.
Thank you, good your grace.
And at my side is... well, you remember Neithere, my master of intelligence.
Good eve, your excellency.
Good eve to you.
How doth your majesty?
Well, very well.
It glads us well to hear it.
Oh, Galespring, nay, I do not well at all. Oh, to great mishap I subject am, and mine own subjects are to me turned enemy. My power is lost, and forfeited is my crown. And those same lords who have supplanted me have, derogating much the crown and them themselves, chose one of lesser claim to don it, preserving me from Carador I am flown.
These are most frightful tidings. I am sorry.
I would return at once, with subsidy, for to extirp those traitors and take back my royal seat. King Galespring, I am come to ask for your furtherance in this great deed.
Good Cyrthwyn, sanctuary in our wood yourself may take, but succor in your war I cannot offer at this time.
Why not?
A half-killed forest grows back in years 100, sith your father's war but 2 have passed. Our ancient elms and maples, which were ancient in your grandsire's time, and which, as overlustful men themselves in excess procreate, were wont their seeds disseminate within our fertile soil and multiply their numbers, now as logs upon our barren, dry, and ashen ground do lie, and even funguses will eat them not. And best of all, mankind yourself should know, 'tis from the earth the faerie-folk do draw their strength. When Lady Willow's in disease, so too away from health are we. And yet doth Cyrthwyn, knowing we are sick, deign our amendment to impede, to give to those extorting elves what petty acres of healthy forest we have left. Besides all this, have in my regal infancy I suffered quarreling peculiar to my kingdom, inward disputations to resolve. Your grace should understand. Therefore, again I say to you, old friend, assistance in your new strife, the fae cannot dispense.
In recompense of my adverse decision sent you I handsome sums of gold.
Indeed, your chamberlain did offer us in your behalf a cart of riches when he came some days ago. But what can we with gold? From coins extract our magic we cannot, nor can we bury them to grow new trees. Money bates not our hunger, drowns not thirst. And for the wounds you gave us, gold's no salve. 'Tis a most human thought, as most the world does think your kind, in your friend's back to stab, then pay him for his injury and think that all is well.
Ingrateful king, thou wouldst not bear the title nor thy life without my help.
Nor thou in both without mine own, and chose I kinghood not, but with my people wasted by war's unwholesome rack, and who did guidance want, their guide to be a cord did make, and thereto did give up my peace.
Thy peace, an acorn, I gave up mine arm. As some frenetic worshipper, I let thy cruel goddess take my favored limb. For fear what might befall thy strain did I revolt from my bad father for to warn you all, and from my trunk that vital branch did rend. But hear it now, and evermore let it be in your annals wrote, and in your stones engraved, that Cyrthwyn had as lief take it all back and let your forest burn, as stand before a helpless, thankless friend. A pox upon thy peace!
Exit.
Pierced is my heart, and cloyed with thoughts my mind. To bed I go, though not for sleep or dreams, that privilege of the blissful commoner, but to bethink our country's woes and mine, for better this becomes a troubled king.
Exit.
Good night, my just and noble sovereign. What ho! Garter, ribbon, ho!
Enter garter and ribbon.
What is your bidding, your lordship?
Come, walk with me. I have a message that must go to the Earls of Norton and Brynfelden in the human realm. It craves discretion and expedition.
Such is the spy's trade. It is done, my sire.
Exeunt. Another part of the forest. Enter Cyrthwyn and two fae oppositely.
Lo, 'tis another man fae. If they continue to come into our woodland home for to dwell, I warrant you, there shall be no peace, no space left for us. Their vile queen hath so qualified our region.
As truly as an oracle you speak. By willow, there's no man fae, 'tis that very queen.
Marry, a man fae indeed, for she is deceitful as a fae and selfish as a human.
What mistress come to survey our woods? For want of timber in your province, are you to take ours?
Aye, her terrible axe signifieth so.
Or to sell more of the elves?
Or perchance, would you find in here some quiet spot by a brook, whereupon to build a cottage for yourself?
Our land is not yours to barter with, woman.
Oh, will you weep? Then go find some sterile patch in which to do it, and perhaps your tears can grow us new trees.
Come on, let us leave her. The sad object spoils my new brightened spirit.
Let us return to the revels.
Exeunt fae. Enter chamberlain.
Your Grace, what is the matter? How comes it you are shrunken so low as if to whisper to the ants and caterpillars?
Chamberlain?
Yes, 'tis I. Why do you weep?
Chamberlain, my only friend.
Come, rise. Rise, and for the sake of all mankind, recover yourself. I scarce can conceive of you.
I have lost all, Chamberlain. The throne, my friends, my people's love, and even the dominion over mine own magics is gone. Oh, pity and comfort me.
You have my pity, but will receive no comfort from me. What happened that you are so far fallen?
The Earls Hinderland and others did come to force me out of office, and in my steadfastness did I attempt to affright them with my magic, and thereby confirm my sovereignty. But my magic, unmastered, flew astray and harmed the Earl of Avonrith. Thence did I fly and come to seek assistance here in the fairy wood, which the king did late deny.
These are grave tidings. I never had much love for Lord Hinderland, but did not think him so ambitious.
Not he. They intend to install Ambassador Alvin as king.
Ambassador Alvin? Wherefore him?
He is my cousin.
I am much amazed.
I too am amazed that my chamberlain hath so long hither remained sojourned after I bade him deliver money. What held you here and without message?
Naught but mine own desire. The fairy king, in refusing of your gift, did entreat me stay for some days, at least until after tonight's revels, and feasted me. The fae-folk have used me with great kindness here in their forest, with whose beauty, must I confess, I am much rapt.
It is a place of many wonders.
Aye, wonders indeed. Say, we are not far from where you did assume the crown and kingdom 2 summers past, are we?
Yes, 'twas on this very path, some leagues removed from the palace.
Tell me again how it befell.
The king, my father, in his spiteful wrath, did demand all fairy kind die. Myself, at odds with this outrageous doom, did find me in an argumentation with him, whiles we marched toward the palace. In our difference we were assailed suddenly by a terrible ogre. For the abominable creature's life did the king and my fellow knights pay theirs, and I mine arm, whereupon did I seize its enchanted axe and my father's crown.
King Galespring told me a different story, wherein you and he and the ogre in confederacy did fall upon the king's party deceitfully, and that you had lost your arm some time afore, when about your father's purposes you gave the old Fay Queen intelligence, who had it cut off as punishment for your unlawful coming.
Chamberlain, now what you may have heard.
And King Galespring told me another wonderful thing. He spake on my father, the late Councillor and Ambassador Folkswyn.
One of their very best, valiant until his last.
Killed by his own hand. He was put in durance by your father and hanged himself in desolation and despair. Where was this valor that you e'er told me of?
Is not his own inward strife which wrought his end in your estimation valorous?
You told me that he died fighting for his countrymen.
Aye, in his own way, proper to his own person. He fought.
He was a raving madman. Cyrthwyn, you use the truth as a smith his molten metal, working and bending it as it pleaseth you. You have told me mistruths about your ascension and about mine own blood, and now I must marvel in what else you have misguided me.
Chamberlain.
Now, of your late deposition I believe you, but whether your report of it is sound, I am something jealous. Perhaps in anger you destroyed entirely the Earl of Avonrith. Whatever the case, I am certain that it is not safe for me to return, and therefore I shall of the fairy king beg sanctuary here.
Chamberlain, what should I do, think you?
Cyrthwyn, I love you yet, but I cannot, nor will I not counsel you now. Presently, do I wish to take my leave of you and enjoy the company of my riven thoughts. Perchance I shall see you about the forest, and perchance I shall not. Farewell.
Exit.
Friendship, I see thy fault, that thou art vain. Now wicked means I seek for my regain.
Exit. Cairdor, the throne room of the castle. Flourish. Enter Alvin, Mara, Earl Hinderland, Metrock, Tiernagoff, and young Avonrith, and guards and various attendants, and a priest.
How paltry are our haughty numbers here, and soft and morning-like trumpets blast, and perfect of the royal scene the view, that everyone in this assembly hath, when treble is our celebration day. Oh, should our lords and ladies, soldiers which depend thus cool and liberal, be pressed so thick they feel each other's heat and sweat, and beggars on their toe tips stand behind and overpeer the lordly curtain in attempt to glory to behold, and thrice as loud as the trumpeters report, as cause the mortar twixt our castle stones to quake, to fit the pomp of celebrations three. The first, the warm return of Alvin Breach, of course his person, yea, which 2 years ago was human soil new, but two he lost no more be lowly Alfuine, but henceforth kingly Alvin, welcome home. The second, we confirm him as our king, pursuant to our ancient usage go. I now to every earl attending here, and ask of their assent. Lord Hinderland, will you choose Alvin for your monarch?
Yea.
And how says the Earl of Tyrganoff?
The same.
The Earl of Methrop?
Yea, with all my heart.
Young Avonrith, who to your earlship late ascended, peace be with your father now. Your voice shall be as strong as any who tofore have spoke. How sayest your ladyship?
As truly as I carry for that murderous pretender Cyrthwyn, this vengeful blade, so do I swear me a vassal of true Alvin.
Truly, for your satisfaction hope. Where are the Earls of Norton and Brynfelden?
Absent, belike they're living to preserve.
We have sent message to them, promising civility if they forswear allegiance to the old tyrant and do give it to Alvin.
How of that fawn of hers, her chamberlain? I have not seen him.
Seeing him and not are 6 and half a dozen. Come the day, shall we regard it? Come it not, then not. This moment forth he nothing altereth.
We will proceed without them. Since all here have unto Alvin given their assent, solemnly I do offer him this crown. Alvin, young man, will you take it on, with heed that it is not but ores and gems which do the circle heft make up, but too a country and a theed, whose woes be yours? Will you accept this crown and be our king?
I will.
Then I present to you, good people, Alvin, the king of man, and first of name. Cry we all in one voice, long live the king!
Long live the king!
These exaltations great to qualify. Dislikes it me, but in the stopping up shall thereby our jubilation hold the greater. Have you all forgot the third of our 3 celebrations here this day? The last 2 year we have abided that which neither called itself nor king nor queen. But now by this exchange of sovereignty we gain both. For takes his grace a bride, the fierce, courageous sea sprite Mara. Height but friend shall I eschew prolixity, for fear it seem the priest affects his speech. And now begin the nuptials. Good my king, and please your highness, take in yours her hands.
Ask me to take her hands. I take her hands, her love, fidelity, and quit mine back.
All he hath said, with liberal heart I give, and do in everlasting love I take.
What I was wont to say in many words yourselves have expressed in very few, and though my age misgive me of fresh love, mine even a fast and truthful bond perceive. To this fair union be there anyone objects? Let them speak the wretch. Then I gladly pronounce you man and wife, our king and queen, our rulers too. Let's all greet and salute their royal excellencies, Alvin and Mara, his good regent queen.
Various lives of well-wishing, etc.
Ere we all break to taste of the delights supplied us by our kingdom bountiful, your king would speak his mind, which is of late by great anxiety benon. My lords, I must forewarn you, elfish memory is deep, and they joy not in mockery. Yea, 'twas a mockery, my rescue thence. Fear I they shall not suffer to be fobbed, but rather would requite their injury, and in their seeking me shall harm, perhaps befall our city and our people. Lords, can you assure me Cædor sits in strength?
My noble sovereign, Cædor stands in strength. After the falling of our might within the fairy forest 2 years past, began we looking inward, and our fragility. Our builders fortified our walls, the guns upon them bettered by our engineers. In sum, your grace, we had not saved you yet if it were dangerous to bring you here.
My love, I have seen the works of which he speaks. No natural fleet or battle can destroy us. We are at long last safe, together and safe. Therefore, let's feast, and in our victory and exultation, and our bond rejoice.
Then forth, some hind, some fore, and some between. Show us how you do use your king and queen.
I'll go along anon, my sweet. I left something behind.
Exeunt all except Mara and Hinderland, whom he stops.
Dread of the elves inhabits ere his mind, prologue and epilogue of all of our chats. But Mara's waters are a jot disturbed by something else. Lord Hinderland, I pray, tell me again how it became of Avonbrith, when the remove of Cyrthwyn you attempted came to his death.
Your Majesty, we did endeavor to persuade the former monarch peaceably to resign her power.
Their power.
Very well, their power. But they did oppugn most savagely, and with their sorcery, old Everence they slew.
I think your tale is half expressed. This was not done like Cyrthwyn. Methinks that you are peremptory became ostening with untender force.
Your Grace, respectfully, there is no tender way a monarch to depose.
You covenanted with me to not harm Cyrthwyn. Likes me not if they are flown, and what from this may issue, I cannot tell. In you I have put faith for our ascension safe. I do advise that you give me not reason to regret my trust. But I have done and will away. Follow or follow not, I do not care.
Exit, followed shortly by Hinderland. A camp in the human realm. Enter Earls Norton and Brynfelden.
4,000 from Shire Brynfelden have pledged toward our cause.
From Norton, 3.
A few thousand more do come from others, as Dunning and Hertfordshire, through their earls, could not join them.
Then we are some 10,000 strong.
Tomorrow we begin our march toward Carador.
Very well. Adieu.
Exeunt oppositely. Regis, the Parliament House. Elves in debate.
Aye, and how many of our ships were sunk?
Half a dozen, and one stolen.
And a whole dozen elves were wounded or slain.
Neither was his doing.
But the humans performed them in his name.
And therefore he must needs die.
And how many shall we kill to wrest him back?
Impertinent. His blood is of man and elf, and our law forbids his being.
It is an old and barbaric law, which hath no place in our state, nay, the world.
If herein we do slake, then shall it prove example for the rest.
Indeed, our parliament, this very parliament, which your elder statesmen do oft still call the hackmat, by force of law should still be held in our own elfish, but it hath been our late practice to use the common tongue.
And of worldly matters, you children want any sense, or perhaps you, Lithambra, have some, but your budding amity with Elfwina doth make you use it not. That is the reason, think you, that humans so craved the mongrel that they invaded our land and murdered our people to extract him. It is that they fear us. Without doubt, good Cyrthwyn, who long hath ruled to our advantage, is fallen in their favor, and hath been disposed for the boy who justly hateth us.
Then the humans, by your reasoning, know of his begetting?
'Twas not ere long we ourselves knew. The humans are presumptuous and rash, but far from dull. They would give him the throne, not because 'tis his naive right, but to thwart us. Presently do I move for the disposition of enough necessary monies to invade human soil, to find Elfwina, and for his capture.
You suppose much in this.
I must confess that my mind is one with those of the youth. Aethymfrethes, this parliament cannot permit an invasion based upon the basis of conjecture.
Enter a messenger.
What is't? Come now, speak.
Your honors, 'tis their excellency Cyrthwyn of the humans.
Any other in all the lands would be unwelcome presently. Let them enter. Go, with haste.
Exit messenger. Enter Cyrthwyn.
Good your nonpareil sovereignty. Receive you we with gladness and with reverence. But your unaccompanied and sudden coming portends grim purpose. What would your grace?
Worthy to be again of that you called me, sovereignty are the humans Cyrthwyn's lost, and to their crown, their titles, dignities. Were they yet monarch, they'd not stoop to beg, but in their stateless state, 'tis only meet. Good elves, will you supply me troops and arms for my return, revenge, and restoration?
Who is it that doth reign in humandom?
He who did serve my embassy with you, and who, as I am late informed, to me is cousin.
Receive us, your majesty. It was by your persuasion and appeal within the fairy wood 2 years ago that we employed the boy and spared his life. Now in his seizure lie a dozen elves wounded or slain by your own countrymen.
And I had yet today sat on my throne if those 2 years ago you have ruled. I do repent my plea for Alvin's life as solemnly as I repent your fallen.
And now you ask that more of us do fall in your name.
Yes, if Alvin's liberty doth cost you more than your detaining him.
Your grace, this parliament is met today upon the problem with this Elfwine. And ere you did arrive, did we begin discoursing such a dark extremity. But wanting firm intelligence about his fate and yours, did not proceed in it.
Well, now we have it. I shall iterate my motion that we grant some spending for the finding and attachment of the man-elf, with the addition of the future of soldiers unto Cyrthwyn's oversight.
I too would add to this. The elfish nation, whiles Alvin lives, is never at heart's ease. Signifies not his being, but unending bloodshed, anxiety, and enmity. Therefore, do see the bastard not return to elfdom living. This invasion he must not survive. Make certain, Cyrthwyn, that he die, and you again shall have your throne.
It will be done.
The motion and additions named I do second.
Even if my heart did go with this, I'd warrant you'd fail. Great are our numbers, aye, but the munition of the land twixt faerie and the human realm hath made impregnable the city Caerdor. If you do send our people there, supply them with shovels too, to dig their certain graves.
You speak aright, and though my magic's strong, 'tis not enough for an assault on land. And so I say we go by sea, where weaker are Caerdor's walls, and I shall bring them down.
Ships we have few to give, but they are yours. If done's the talking, let us make our votes. In favor of the standing motion?
He, Ethemphrethes, Cnogamy, and others assent.
Aye.
Opposed?
Lyritheda, Dremtines, and others, but not as many, dissent.
Nay.
The motion carries. A host of soldiers and a little navy, shortly to be prepared, for purpose of invading Caerdor, shall be Cyrthwyn's to command.
Forever am I in your debt.
Would anyone make a motion to adjourn the meeting make?
Most willingly I do.
I second.
All in favor?
All elves assent except Lyritheda and Dremtines.
Aye. This parliament's adjourned. Ta steluni. Some guide their grace unto the armory.
Exeunt severally all except Lyritheda and Dremtines, with Cyrthwyn led by some elves.
Nay, lament not. We pleaded in highest conscience, and lest we can say is we shall not lose sleep upon it.
No, I fear me, I shall lose both sleep and him. Poor Alfwina, damned in thine own creation, adieu, and adieu my country's honor.
Exeunt. Read this, the armory. Enter Cyrthwyn.
What am I? Of what substance is this finite vessel? Have I the flesh of a human, the treachery of a fae, the accoutrement of an elf, and the cruelty of a beast? I am the event of my father's breeding, and yet his child not. I am nor man nor woman, nor wife nor husband, nor king nor queen. I am all things and yet nothing too. Oh, allegiance! Thou governor of government, wherefore must it be thus? While they bear the human crown, so every word on their tongue must needs be human. Why never a word for fae or elves? Why cannot it be that mankind have today, the elves have tomorrow, the fae the next? To any's cause I am disposed not, but had as lief and purest equity help them all. And yet allegiance bids me choose one. Nay, I must not be of two minds, nor must I not see the justice in two causes, but must on opinion hold. Nay, I must not be a person, but rather a man or a woman. Oh, what am I? I grant my temperament is a jot strange, but is truly there none other in the wide world so at odds with themselves? Am I alone? Methinks I did forego my proper age, and that eons hence it were as common to utter their grace as his grace or her grace. Nay, I am not too speedy, the rest are too slow. Of them I requested little. I requested that they perceive me as I do perceive myself, and who could know me better than I? They do not comprehend me. They know nothing of me. They vex me. They tempt me to the cold clime of hatred. If they perceive me a villain, then I swear by this fell axe I will play the part. With this spade will I heave out the weeds in my garden. And by mine uncle's blood and his arts which I inherit, I swear that I will wash into the tide Cardor's walls as they were sand.
The walls around them begin to quake.
Oh, let envy, spite, and wrath englut me. Let their odious names imbue my inhuman weapon. Come, ye ministers of darkness, invest me of your wicked puissance.
The walls quake more strongly.
My skin grows pale, almost insensible. Pray, what lieth under this icy hide?
Gives themselves a little wound.
This is exceeding wonderful. Not read by any mortal eye, but black as pitch and flowing as cold molasses. I have crossed nature so that now she scorns me. Marry down with thee, for thou anon shalt see that my scorn excellent thine.
The walls cease to quake.
I hear them. The barks are ready. I will straight aboard.
Exit. Cardor, a hall in the castle. Enter Alvin and Mara, followed by pedants.
Very well, your graces, but, and your pardon I do crave, if it be outrageous for me to say. So, speak it again with we in place of I.
What, how mean you?
When you, my king, did but moments ago say I will consider it.
We will consider it.
Yes, indeed, your grace, and us for me, and so forth.
But myself am I, and herself is she. Why should I in but a word compass both our minds when I can speak only for mine own?
Oh, but you do still speak for your own, your grace. 'Tis but a custom.
To say we when one means I?
Well, only your royal selves, and be I so bold, your future princes and princesses.
Excellent bold.
Then were my queen elsewhere presently, and I alone discourse with you, it were proper of me to say, we will consider it.
Well, yes, your grace.
One uses we for 2 persons or more.
Marry again, your graces, it is a custom, one which goeth back many years.
Albeit with a brief interruption by your predecessor Cyrthwyn. Nay, she would not be pressed or racked into the usage.
They.
I beg your pardon, my queen.
Cyrthwyn's preference is they, not she.
But she is but one person.
Out of my sight.
Now, your grace, when you say our sight...
Begone!
Exeunt pedants.
Oh, here comes Lord Hinderland.
In high company.
Enter Hinderland and other earls.
Dread monarchs, we are come with news that Cardor is visited by a hostile fleet of ships, elves by their standard. Start you not, for I do say again, to breach our walls they have no hope.
Affright them with our guns, destroy them not, but shake them till they've lost their stomachs.
Enter a messenger.
Would we could, your grace. Alack, 'tis not the elves we have to fear. Our watch atop the northern walls did spy, a man amongst the elfish enemy, which stood alone upon its vessel's fore, as if he were both the bowsprit and the ship, itself alone before the rest of them. This human, dauntless of the angry tide, did with his one arm stir the air thus, like a madman in rapture as to tempt our cannon's metal, but our gunners held their fire, perhaps surprised by puzzlement, when in an instant crumbled down that bulk on which they stood, and in their stupefaction fell they into the sea. We do believe the mover of this tragedy to be that which did sit upon the chair yourself do now sit upon, your cousin Cyrthwyn, who by powers most unnatural beats down our firm munition and does guide the elves toward the breach.
Discomfortable news. Damned cousin, ever sovereign of my life, thou givest and takest it as thou wert a god.
Cyrthwyn confederate with elves. My lords, you knew of this?
Your grace, we knew that she, oh hang a dog, they had westward flown toward the wood, and certain that they'd get no succor from the fae, and knowing that our spies do not fare well within the forest, sent none to follow them. We thought perhaps they'd sound the elves, but hard was our belief that our defenses and assault upon the water could endure. it well appears that we did estimate too low the power of Cyrthwyn's magic.
Aye, and so you did when those same magics killed old Evenrith. The fault doth lie with you, Lord Hinderlin and Tyrnikoff and Methrop too. And should the city fall, may your names fall with it.
Good my most gracious liege, you speak the truth, the fault is mine. Vouchsafe me now and amend it. Let me go sound the folk of the hinterland, who, as my vassal sworn, must bring us strength.
Thou mayest go repent the fault within thy castle's dungeon, where thou wilt be concluded. Give thee I warning, Effort, and thou hast shown thyself incapable.
Your grace, surely you jest.
My queen, this boots us not. Time long our foe for once doth stand with us. Spend not his service on this grievance nice.
Let it be swiftly done, then. Bring him hence.
Guards apprehend Hinderland.
Your majesties, I plead of you, 'tis error. You do invite your ruin.
Exit guarded.
Mara, my love, if we are found, we die. Devise we now our flight that we may live. Therefore from Cerdor let us be remote. For if we here do stay, our fates are sure.
Forgive me, sir. I thought it was a king I wedded, who to none is answerable, but now methinks my husband is no king, for fear rules over him. 'Tis manifest their purpose. Why, then, should you think that this incursion ends at Cerdor if we fly? I armor wore ere donned I regal cloth. Therefore I joined the fray. Some guard conduct me to the armory.
I'll go along with you, my queen. Fear not, my king and lords. Ere long shall we triumph through the streets of Cerdor, lead the head of Cyrthwyn, which else knight from their dead body, once I have requited their offense upon my father.
Exeunt young Evenrith and Mara.
Avoid the city of our denizens. Remove them from the chance of war, my lord of Tyrnagov. With all I charge yourself.
I gladly undertake this, good my liege.
Exit.
In you 'tis virtue that a king should of his people be so chary, but there's in your own preserving virtue too. Therefore I counsel you, withdraw till we have stemmed this angry flux.
Wise Methrop, thank your lordship.
And please your grace, do follow me, your grace. My king, though schooled in physic I be not, yet certain 'tis not physical to walk about and clutch your temples thus. I pray, what doth afflict your royal person?
Naught but which hath no remedy except the ending of these quarrels. Till my wife return shall be serenity unto my mind, as strange as oaks to desert sands in survey keep her. Note her faring in the field, and do inform me oft withal.
You shall have ample notice of her grace. Now, good my king, let's get you to some stronger room in the castle.
With faith I follow you.
Exeunt. The field of battle, the rampart. Alarums enter Mara, young Evenrith, and human archers.
Bowman, how fare ye?
Your grace, though our Fletchers were provident in our former peace, yet I fear me we have not arrows enough to dam this flood.
And if we cannot dam it, then we are damned.
Rise thou and quiver not, the fight has scarce begun.
Mark the water! I descry more sails bound for the shore, and I warrant they shall surround us with their great numbers. My lady, your grace, what shall we do?
Have we not cannons? Where are our gunners?
By command they descended our walls after the display of Cyrthwyn's main sorcerer's power.
This was the most lamentable waste of ordnance and training.
I will see to the ships. On this rampart stay, and relent not in your warlike reign.
My sovereign, do you mean to... Why, nay, you must not go, for it is madness of which you speak.
I forgive thy liberal tongue, and gladly refresh in thy mind, that not merely dost thou address thy sovereign, but also one by nature disposed to the sea. Alone I shall plunge into the tide, and then shall I requaint their hulls with the ocean's bottom.
Myself shall descend, and exercise this blade. The heavens and the main speed, your majesty.
Good fortune, my reverend lady.
Exeunt. Another part of the field. Enter Cyrthwyn and an elf captain who take cover behind a bulk.
Captain, are you hurt?
Not I, your grace, but many others are. The breach in the wall is too little for us to advance without danger from yonder archers.
We will here hold until our refreshment ships arrive the shore.
Enter an elf soldier to them.
Your Excellency, fortune crosseth us. Some terrible creature of the sea, a leviathan, doth sink our fleet. We are discomfited and we must fly.
Thanks for this news. Your grace, we await your command. Your grace.
'Tis madness to tarry. Therefore I am flown.
Your grace, if you be well, speak.
Enter a human soldier.
Damned elves be gone, or be perished upon this blade.
Fights with the captain and is slain.
Cyrthwyn, they move upon us and we must draw back. Come.
Exeunt. Another part of the field. Enter young Evenrith and an elf soldier fighting. The latter falls.
Reserve not on thy dead body, and tell me frankly where Cyrthwyn is.
Impudent human, thou couldst not slay them if I wished to tell thee.
Dies.
Cyrthwyn, come, I am for thee. I shall bury 100 of thy associates if I must, ere my blade find thine.
Exit. Another part of the field. Enter Cyrthwyn, captain, and some elf soldiers. Enter oppositely a human messenger.
Your Royal Excellency.
I thought there none left in Carador who would so address me. What wretch art thou that would serve Cyrthwyn?
My liege, I live not in Carador, but come from Dunning, and with news that the Earls of Norton and Brynfelden have arrived in the city, wielding a preparation strong many scorned shires, of which desire to replace you in your power.
O ye just and almighty stars! O noble Norton and Brynfelden, your meed will be great and everlasting. Good man, thou sayest they are here.
Aye, truly, and with a maw sterner than any mail do we rout the enemy and advance toward the castle.
Captain, go rally all our companies which landed and give word of our happy subsidy.
Doubtless shall these tidings renew their hearts.
Exit.
Thou, go tell Norton and Brynfelden we shall meet them here.
Exit messenger.
All else forth with me, whiles the winds favoreth us.
Exeunt. A room in the castle. Enter to Alwyn a messenger.
What news?
A tale so bad that you would curse audition and for deafness long, your grace. So well we fended, we disordered the file of our adversaries, and thought the day was ours. But even as soon as they would leap into the tide as home to swim, our eastern walls were slighted by the Earls of Norton and Brynfelden, who are come, some several thousand strong betwixt their battles. Carador is pinched, and all our enemies approach the castle.
And my queen, what news of my dear Mara? Lives by thy report, 'twere best for thee.
In faith, my king, your threat had more affrighted me if absolute were not our deaths already. There's a rumor her grace was taken, but whether she do live, I do not know.
Oh, heavens forfend such loss. Without her I live not. Well, get thee gone. Go save thyself, thy king commands thee so.
With you be peace, my gentle liege.
Exit.
I have read stories. With ambassador I played, of tragedies, of kings and queens, of envious courtiers, of forecasting traitors, tyrants deposed and victors crowned, of houses rent by ambition, cousins' enemies, of lovers crossed by fate, hearts killed by tea, murders revenged, and prophecies fulfilled. If mine be such a fate, then where did I misstep? I sought no wars, nor wronged no man. Methinks my worst offense was in my birth. For in my being I contemn the world. But this I did not choose! There's the fault. I never made a fault. I never chose. Nay, everything that hath betided me was determined by another. My rearing up, my durance, freedom, my latum,
office as ambassador, now kinghood. 9 and 10 years of hard, but never do. My candle's almost out, my pages few. Mara, dear nymph, if thou in being be, then this do I now choose, to fight for thee.
Exit. The castle courtyard. Enter variously Cyrthwyn, their captain, Norton, Brynfelden, and sundry forces.
Redoubted monarch, in the confluence of our battles do Brynfelden and I command of ours confer unto you.
Thanks, good Norton, and for your constancies will ye be regarded liberally.
To end this all, my liege, we attend for your word.
Arrows from above. Elf captain, Norton, and various soldiers fall.
Above.
Dies. Cyrthwyn's forces return arrows.
Captain! Archers in the turrets, your grace, and the sea sprite with them.
Lord Norton bleeds grievously.
Norton, how fare you?
Slain not, but I fear I shall never again walk.
Nay, rise you not, we'll see you dressed. All touched and Brynfelden remain, whilst all woundless follow me into the castle.
Exeunt one way Norton, helped, Brynfelden, and wounded, the other way Cyrthwyn and forces. The throne room of the castle. Enter Cyrthwyn to Alvin, who is seated on the throne.
Your Majesty,
I would not draw, but talk.
cousining cousin, who requitest my goodwill and intercession with despite, thy treason hath already spoke for thee.
The peerage offered thee a barony, which thou refusedst. Thou couldst have rendered up thy crown in peace, but rather didst thou with thy talons clench it harder, choosing war.
I could have stowed on thee a dignity.
Nay, thou couldst not. Thou lovest the elves too much. Thou wouldst have let the elves detain me till 'twere but my bones sat in thine embassy.
Thou art a child unmeet for that thou hast, and I am come to take it back.
I'll give it not. Or should I bid farewell to joy, and any standing hope of Alvin's life?
By the prescription of the elves, I come to take that too.
Where's Mara?
In the castle. Whether be free or taken, or dead or living, I do not know. Whatever be the case, though, cousin, necessary is thine end.
Looses from their axe a magic spell. It hath no effect on Alvin. Alvin draws.
Aye, 'twas the only gift bequeathed me my mother elf. To be insensible to sorcery is thine. And now, dear cuz, I will be glad to run through thee my blade, even as I my dad, thy wizard uncle.
They fight. Alvin wounds Cyrthwyn and they continue to fight. Alarms off.
Thy time is gone.
Oh, Mara, alas, sweet nymph!
He lets Cyrthwyn wound him fatally and falls.
Ah, Cyrthwyn, thou hast taken all from me!
Thou dost not know how much myself have lost.
Commotion off. Sounds of combat and voices crying out, "Help, we fall," etc. Enter Mara, drawn and running. She makes an attempt at Cyrthwyn, who with magic halts her.
Pass not his precious breath assailing me.
Releases Mara, who goes to Alvin.
Oh, my sweet Alvin, pardon me by folly. A living cowardice were better than mortal courage.
Nay, the fall is mine. Rather was slight my trust, and raven doubt did feed upon my hope thou wast in being.
Thou dolt, tonight I not always save thee.
Oh, 'tis a sorry thing that laughter should ease not death's sting, but deeper drive the pain.
Hush, sweetheart, please. I have thy hand. Alvin.
It glads my heart that of the many shores and lands in our vast world, 'twas mine that thou didst frequent, and of all the creatures of the ocean limitless, the one which caught my youthful eye, thou.
Dies.
Heart of my seas.
Alarums. Enter soldiers, elf and human, led by Brynfelden and Norton, who is helped, and Earls Hinderland, Methrop, and Tiernagoff, prisoners.
The castle and all of Carador have been cleansed, your grace, and fly your standard. The day is yours. Bring forth the prisoners. Fain do I yield unto your sovereignty. The censure of these traitors, for I sick to gaze upon their treachery and envy.
Mercy, dread Cyrthwyn. If it's not treason who treason does, 'twas not in envy of yourself, but in the love of my fair land that I did fall from you.
And for myself, in strict observance of our ancient rules of succession, did my love defect from you and go to him. I beg your clemency.
Will Hinderland not beg for mercy too?
Thou mayest have thy throne and city back, but never shalt thou have again my name.
Cyrthwyn uses magic to force him to his knees.
Nay, I'll have both. And
Uses magic to force him to prostrate himself. He cries out in pain.
if thou canst not remember how to show thy deference, then I shall be glad to teach it thee again. Again, again, again. Look there, slight man. There lies thy dead king. Now there, thy dead compatriots.
Dead?
Cyrthwyn cuts their throats, they die.
Thy plot hath failed, my lord. Thou hast lost. Tempt thou the monster thou shalt have. I've but begun. My mind doth work and spin, and I shall have thee in my web. Away with the worm.
Exit Hinderland, guarded.
For fraction, good your grace, is our realm bound, riven upon its love and hate for you.
Send to their spouses each the bodies, and do say I love them if they tender fealty.
The bodies of Methrop and Tiernagoff are borne off.
Joined any other earl the fight today?
None with ourselves, but I've heard of the maid of Avarinth. Fresh lady swung her sword in vengeance of her father and sought your life. Her body was not found.
She acts in grief, not hatred. Therefore let the lady live.
To Lady Norton and our child do go. Myself, for oft 'tis said amendments faster within the tender company of kin.
Meantime, shall we assuage the citizens of Carador of their fight, and heal the wound she suffered on this tragic happy day.
Exeunt Norton, Brynfelden, and human forces. Elves apprehend Mara and take up Alden's body.
Don't you do it!
Forbear, our compact was for him, not her.
Elves release her.
Lay down again the body too. 'Tis hers.
Forgive us, good your grace, but Parliament must needs be satisfied by proof of death.
My life is your certificate. Lay it down.
Henceforth, until it be no more desired, we will within the city's bounds be lodged, that in our oversight and keeping can you dreadlessly to order steer it back.
Then go ye home. 'Tis not by me desired.
We meant not you. 'Tis Parliament's desire, nor do we take our leave and to our posts.
Exeunt elf forces.
Thou hast, lo, thou hast it all. The day, thy city, throne, and diadem, thy crown by Alvin's river freshly crimson, upon thy temple's heavy wave, and as a thorny garland prick against thy conscience, as thou breed'st and let the babes tomorrow born hear for their mothers' mothers, and say so to their own grandchildren, how ruthless Cyrthwyn slew their only kin to seize it. May thou dine upon thy meats in halls as empty as thy victory, and may the only thing thy people hate more than they hate those elves, which now do rule, be thou.
On pain of death be now away from hence. Take him, and let his exequies be brief or done afar. Then dwell not in my realm as thou dost breathe. Take not the company of humankind, nor never speak of plots. Repair unto thy sea, and never again be thought on but by anglers in their wonder. Take up the corpse, and leave immediately. Away, fish!
Exit Mara, bearing Alvin's body. Cyrthwyn takes up the crown and sits on the throne.